guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video. Today I want to share with you my February TBR, my Bookopoly kind of thing. But let's start out by looking at the Bookopoly that was chosen for me last month and how I've been doing with them. In January I had 8 rolls for my Bookopoly. 3 of them were physical books, 2 of them were ebooks, and then I had the remaining 3 books being audios. The ebooks I had for reading this month was The Accused by Jacqueline. This was a category romance. And The Dream Daughter by Diane Chamberlain. My audios were Timeless by Gail Carrier and Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Wilson, Misery by Stephen King. And my 3 physical books that I worked on over the month was A Spy in the House by Y.S. Lee, Across the Green Grass Fields by Shannon Maguire, and Night Shadow by Sebastian de Castell. I'm still currently reading Night Shadow, but I am over halfway and I hope that I can finish this over the weekend. It is Friday, so I'm hoping I can spend a lot of time reading this weekend, but we'll see. I definitely want to do as much as I can in order to have finished everything, because I have a feeling that my February TBR is going to be insane already. So yeah. So before I get into my February Bookopoly chooses my TBR kind of thing, let's talk about some books that I already have on my TBR that I have to read this month for different reasons. I have a bunch of audios, but those are not so worrisome. I want to try and participate in... Just a second. I want to try and participate in the Buzzwordathon again. I did fairly well last month and managed to read 3 books for that prompt, I think, or 4. 3 of them were audios. And I have 1 ebook that I think I can read, but on the other hand, I'm more likely to just put only audiobooks in for this prompt and focus on my physical books that I have already, because I have 3 pretty hefty books already on my TBR, and if I have to pick 2 more, I want to try and see what Bookopoly has for me, and maybe otherwise I will try and find something else. But yeah, let's get into my books that I have to read for the Buzzwordathon. The Buzzwordathon in February prompt is to find books that had color in the title. So I've chosen the 3 audiobooks for this. First off, I have All Boys Aren't Blue, which is a non-fiction. I'm trying to force myself to read a lot more non-fiction this year. It sounds bad when you say that negatively, when you say like forced, but it's only because I know I'm most likely going to enjoy these books, and I just need to get over myself and start reading them. And I know that this one is very appropriate at the moment. I've seen a lot of praise for this book and I'm really looking forward to reading it, and I thought the title was appropriate, or it has blue in the title, so it works for this prompt. Another book that is sort of in the same vein, I think, is The Black Flamingo. I've forgotten to write down the author's name, so I'm really sorry about that. But I was just brainstorming the book titles that popped up when I was looking for these books. And I forgotten if this is another non-fiction or if it's a fiction book, but I will definitely read this one as well. And finally, a comfort read for me, and that is Sapphire Flames by Ilona Andrews. This is book 4 in the Hidden Legacy series. This is a continuation of what I thought was going to be a trilogy, but it's following a new character, and I never picked this up last year and I wanted to, so I'm really looking forward to reading this now, and I thought it was nice to have this on as well. Then I have a couple of series reads that I need to continue with. First up, I have my Terry Pratchett read, where I'm more or less reading a Terry Pratchett book every month this year in order to finish it, and that is A Hatful of Sky by Terry Pratchett. This is the 2nd Tiffany Aching book, and I'm really looking forward to getting back in this world. I really enjoyed The We Free Men, so I have a good feeling that I'm going to enjoy Tiffany Aching. These are middle grade or young adult fantasy books, and I really enjoy them. Another series that I would like to continue with this month is the Gaslight Mystery series. I have to read 1 of these books every other month, and so it's February and I'm going to be reading Murder on Morningside Heights, I think that's the title, and I am really looking forward to it. Then I have set myself up for a body read of Kushiel Start by Jacqueline Carey. I am body reading this with Chris from Chris's Book Cauldron, and also Hook. Oh my god, what's her channel name? I know I follow her on YouTube, so I'll just put a link to a video somewhere. And we're body reading this in February, and it's a big book, so it's 900 pages. But Chris did say that once before he started reading it, and it was definitely a fast read. Like, it was easy to read. The texture, the pacing was interesting, and the writing wasn't difficult to get into. And for a mass market, it's not as small a text as it could be. So I'm okay with it. And then I would like to finish my 2 rereads of my 2 series that I've been working on over the past couple of years. The first one being Last Sacrifice, the final book in the Vampire Academy series. Or the last couple of years. I started the reread back in February last year, I think. And I'm really looking forward to reading the last one. Another book that I really want to read as well is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. That's what I want to say. The 6th book in the Harry Potter series. I've been rereading this one as well, and I thought about just quitting it when all of these things were revealed about J.K. Rowling, all of these truths. And yeah, I just started my reread at the time, and I haven't reread these in so long. So, and when I read the 5th book, I really was hyped to pick up the next book. So I really want to finish it, and yeah. But those are my books that I already have on my list for reading this month, and now let's get choosing my Bookopoly for next month. Hopefully at least I can get 1 or 2 of them to fit into my reading already, or prompts already, and then whatever else I will see what happens. But as I said, I'm going to attempt reading 5 physical or ebooks every month, and I'm going to be sticking to that plan. So yeah. So last time I ended up on epic fantasy, so yeah, let's get on with the rolls. I hope you can see the things a little bit better this time around. I have made sure to use a black fine liner to mark up every square and highlight every spot on the board, so I hope that you can read it better, because I could see that last time wasn't really good, and I hope this turns out better. I have forgotten my chance card and my community chance card, so just one moment. So my community chest cards and my chance cards. So roll number 1. Oh, you can't see. I'll just roll again. F4. So continuous series is the first roll. 3. Read an urban fantasy. This should be my favorite spot. 2. Community chest card. Let's see what this is. Read a TBR wrapping. Can you even see where I am? Let's move the board around. One day I'm going to figure this out, but I think it's better for you to switch it with every. I was here at the community chest and I picked a TBR wrapping. I hope you can see that. So F5. Finish a book you already started. And read a graphic novel. Well, that was nice of you. I feel like it's been nice to me this month. And read a historical romance. Badger reads So with continuing with the series, I chose an easy book to read, and that was How to Speak Dragonsese by Cresseda Cowell, the third book in the How to Train Your Dragon series. This has extremely large font and everything, and it usually doesn't take me very long to finish. I usually read about close to 100 pages an hour of this, so it will definitely help me get through some pages considering I have so many thicker books on my list as well. So I put this on. For read an urban fantasy, I decided to read an ebook, and I'm reading Heart of Venom by Jennifer Estep. This is book 9, I think, of the Elemental Assassin series, and I usually read them pretty fast when I pick them up. So I think that considering this is a month where I already have many pages on my TBR, it would be a good month to put it on. And I'm also really looking forward to continuing with it because I usually really do enjoy this book series. For the prompt, read a TBR unwrapping, I choose Kushiel Start because it's already on my TBR, and I figured, why not? It is a TBR unwrapping and it's 900 pages long, and so this will be that one. For the finish your book you already started, I'm going to try and finish The Last Wish finally. I've been working on this a couple of times. It is a short story collection, and I have I think 2 to 3 stories left. So I'm about 100 pages away from the end, so I definitely could finish this relatively quickly, and I did enjoy it when I was reading it, so it's just a matter of me picking it up and finishing it and finally saying that I read this book and started this series and I can move on to the next one, because I hear so many great things about this, especially from my best friend. He's a really big fan of this series, so I really want to get into it so I can discuss the books with him whenever we're allowed to see each other again. For the read a graphic novel prompt, I have a lot of digital graphic novels on my Apple or my iPad, and I will try and read Lumberjanes Volume 3. I don't remember the subtitle of this one, but I really enjoyed the first 2 volumes of this, so I hope that I will also enjoy the third one. I think I have the first 5, and then I have a couple of extras from the world, so I can at least move on with it and see where things goes. I haven't read a graphic novel in a really long time. I seem to have only read mangas over the past couple of years because I haven't had many physical graphic novels, but I really would like to continue with them, and I do have them on my e-reader, so it's just a matter of me picking them up, and they are great. They're good to read from my iPad as well, so it's not a big deal. The last and final prompt was read a historical romance, and because I've picked physical or ebooks for the remainder of the picks, I allow myself to pick an audio for this one, also because I still have 2 extra books, physical books, on my list for the month. So my 6th prompt will be an audio, and I'll be listening to Just Like Heaven by Julia Quinn. This is the first in a spin-off series to her Bridgerton series. It follows the Smith quartet. Oh, the Smith family. I think it's mentioned very much in the Bridgerton series. So I'm really looking forward to moving on in this. There's also the Bevelstoke house. There's a trilogy for that. And then there's some prequel stories as well. I forgot what they're called. But they were sort of set before the Bridgerton series, and I'm also going to be reading those when I get to it, but I'm just taking one series at a time, and I heard people saying that this was a good place to go after you finish the first series, so I'll be doing that, and hopefully I'll enjoy it at least. And yeah, this was my TBR for the month. On top of the 6 books here, I obviously, as I said, also have 2 rereads and about 5 audios extra. So I have 6 audios and 7 physical books on my TBR, so that's 13 books. So I'm definitely settled for the month. And if ever I have time for extra, it's probably gonna be audios, and I don't know at this point what I'll be picking up, but I might try and continue with some fantasy series that I have a physical copy of that I can listen to on audio, and see if I can make my way through some of my bigger stuff. This is part of my TBR stack for the month. Let me know in the comments down below what you're planning on reading in February, if you have any exciting plans. Yeah, I definitely am looking forward to reading all of them, and we'll let you know what I thought of them once we get around to a wrap up, or you can see it in a vlog maybe. Maybe you're lucky. I am actually planning on participating in the 24 and 48 hour readathon that happens from the 6th to the 7th in February. That will be a good way of trying to get through as many of these as possible. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye!